What's going on, people? Welcome back to another John Sinclair TV. Back again Sunday afternoon, and I've got two regulars that's coming on with channel to help us out. I've got Pete and Tony. How to you guys? You okay?
Yeah,
Can you hear
not
me,
bad,
John?
John,
I'm
not
not sure if
bad.
I'm having problems with my
I can hear
microphone.
you, Pete.
I can hear you, Pete.
All right, because
I
it's
can
not
hear
doing
you,
off the
mate.
regular mic. I don't know what's going on.
I'll definitely hear you,
Hold
mate.
on. I know what's something. I know what's happened.
Cool.
I can hear you, Pete.
It's
Loud and
something's
clear.
come out there.
Can hear you now, mate.
Hold on, let me just plug. Hold on, I'm just going to plug the proper water in. Just it's better audio on that one.
Nice.
There we are.
Bosh. Brilliant stuff.
Here we are. That's it.
Brilliant stuff. Fantastic.
That's it.
So, excellent stuff. So, guys, while Pete sorts it out, I think it's done. If you like the video, like what you watch, make sure you like and subscribe. Super chats are open for 99p, and so I mean, say membership for 99p. And if you'd like to donate to the channel, then it's always open as well. I've got hi to Bangkok, hi to you, and hi to Mark the Celt, and hi to from Bangkok as well. Thanks so much indeed for your comments there. Right, we're gonna before we do that, right? See, we're gonna talk about social media again quickly, right? Yet again, I see some tweets, right, and it's just getting worse and worse and worse. Yeah, people's entitled opinion. Okay, cool, we get that. But what I will not stand is people jumping on me or Pete or Tony or anyone, right? Making a doing like a quick transfer rumor. Yeah, we're not for the IT care, never have been, never will be, right? Always saying like you could say what we need, right? And then I had someone, right, today, and I'm gonna mention his name, right? I'm gonna call him out. It's called Dustbin Geordie. Don't know his first name, but at the end of the day, right, he posted out a tweet saying that Sat, Paul, and Darren, we demand you into an expert JS to take over proceedings, right? Now, this guy is very confrontational, right? I think he's got something in for us, right? And I hope he's listening, right? Because at the end of the day, I'm not gonna like being treated like crap on social media, right? We've all got an opinion, like everybody else, yeah. So if you want to know what I reply back to, I'm not going to read it out. I will look at it for yourselves. But at the end of the day, guys, we do have an opinion and say what we want, yeah? Because our fan base, Tony, and I'm going to be honest with you, and I've seen the tweets on there, it's just getting worse and worse and worse. And I'm going to say it now as well. We are one of the worst on social media, yeah? I'm just going to get out of there, Tony, yeah, because it's getting worse.
Yeah, John, it's not it's not great. I mean, look, to be honest with you, I don't get trolled on there if I'm honest. But look, I think the only time I did have somebody going on it was when I put a comment on about something and it was like, oh well, yeah, and then it gets out of hand, so I just delete the comment. But I've never done it since. But look, I don't really get trolled on social media, to be fair. And look, yes, I know it's a bit of a pain the way some people go on. I mean, I've always said this since our takeover happened, and I've said this for a long time, that there is a lot of toxicity amongst the fan base. And you know, we should be united as one, because at the end of the day, we all wanted this to happen. We wanted rid of the fat controller, and we got rid of him. And when this takeover happened, it wasn't just a time for celebration. It was a time for like, yes, a new dawn. We have our club back. And if you see anything, you know, or if you question why, oh well, Shelley must have more money than that to spend, and people jump on you, and it's not, and it's just like, why, you know? And some of these people, you know, fair enough, a lot of them might be like ourselves, lifelong fans, but some of them might not be, and that's the problem. On social media, anybody can make up a name and pretend they're a fan of a club. You know, a lot of these could be Mackhams, let's be honest. It could be anybody. You know, and and they won the wind up. So sometimes when you see a name and you think, oh yeah, that's a Geordie fan, could be a Geordie, could be a name. They could be a fan of another. So, you can't tell on social media. That's the only problem. And people can have some people have probably got 3 or 4 accounts on Twitter, and that, and they'll probably go from one account to the other. So, I wouldn't take it personally, John. And thing is, the best way to do it is if you don't like what you see, John, just delete the comment and that's it, and then you won't get any more hassle. That's the way I do it, because at the end of the day, I can't be bothered with going on there and people slating or putting out a load of crap or whatever. I just don't take no notice of it. So, the way I look at it is, yes, sometimes there's comments on there and I would like to comment, but I think it's not worth it, because at the end of the day, you're just going to get a backlash for it. So, I don't bother doing it. I just stop. I just think, I look at it and I think, yeah, right, you're a bit of a one of these, but do you know what? I'm not going to say anything because it's pointless, because if I see anything, then it'll go into an argument, and it just carries on in a vicious circle. So the best thing to do is not answer them. Yeah. Don't even give them any satisfaction. I wouldn't even give them any satisfaction on YouTube, John, either.
No. Yeah, true. I know I should have said, I just had to get it out there, because at the end of the day, I kept it so quiet within myself, and I just think I have to really get it out there. Pete, quick, come on, you mate.
Yeah, we're only going to say things. That's what we want. We should be united as a whole fan base. Look where the club's going now. Let's stick together, support our club all the way. Yes, at least people got to say respect some of people's opinions. You don't have to agree with them at all, but to do respect them. But don't go. But definitely do not go. But these people that go over the top, it's just crazy, man. Come on. I don't get it at times. I really don't.
I don't either, Pete. I don't get it at all. But it's just going to get worse and worse and worse. But the sooner it gets away, the better. Do you know what I mean? Because I got a comment from Tom. I don't think ours or any fan base has got worse. It's just a gobshites who spout shites in the pub and years ago and can spout shites on social media to millions of people. Yeah, Tom.
Do you know what? I'm gonna definitely. I completely agree with Tom's comment there. Sorry.
Yeah, I agree with that to an extent as well. But I mean, look, when we wanted the former owner out of the club, there was not as we were more toxic towards him and Cabbage Seed than we were against ourselves, and that's the thing. That's what I'm saying. But maybe there is some new fans out there who have jumped on board. And look, at the end of the day, as I said, on social media, sometimes people can make up a name and be anybody on social media. You don't know if they're a real person or not. So as I say, the thing is, the best way to do it is just ignore them and don't even give these people airtime, because giving them airtime, you're just bigging them up even more. So, the best way to do it is just to say nothing and just say, right, okay. I'll just look at their opinion and think, yeah, okay. See, I know what I would like to say, but as I said, John, I won't say it because it's not worth it. It's not worth getting yourself all riled up or upset over it. I would just, if people want to say anything, just let them get on with it and let them fight amongst ourselves. I know I've called out ITKs before, but that's a totally different thing, But as I say, on things like that, anybody trolling you, if you're getting trolled, John, just report them, simple as. But although there again, I don't trust Twitter anymore anyway, because after that Sunderland fan put on the racist comment a couple of years ago about Alexander Isak, I reported Twitter, and then they wrote back saying there was no offence caused or anything, so it wasn't discriminative, which I find rather bizarre, to be honest with you. Because, like I say, it was a racist comment. I then wrote a massive email into Twitter and sent that into them. And surprise, surprise, never heard another thing. And I just found it rather rather distasteful, you know, and I just found it rather bad, that Twitter. I even sent an email off to the DCMS at House of Commons as well. And, you know, all I got back from it was, thank you for your email and we'll investigate. But that's all I got. I've never heard another thing back from the House of Commons. And I think at the time it was Oliver Dowden who was in charge of all that. So I never heard nothing back.
Sorry to hear that, man. Sorry to hear that. But I guarantee you one before you go into the comments, it hadn't been like people like Taylor Swift or a footballer or a model. I guarantee you one thing, guys, they will act on it straight away. Because to them, they look after celebrities, but they don't look after us. It's as simple as that. To us, we're in the bottom of the gutter. To celebrities, they look after them. Simple as that. Let's go on to the comments anyway, but thanks for that, Tom, mate, before we talk about Eddie and Paul Mitchell. Afternoon to you, JK. Hope you're well. Hi to Mark the Celt. Big up to AFC always. Big Guna. Hope you're well. I tell you what, I mean, there's a channel well documented. I'm not going to mention on here. If that is toxicity, we're not very far away from there. But AFC, we're not on the beach. Can't say out of the chat. Everyone's shown on the screen. Can you see the chat? Everyone's on the screen. Well, because I'm hosting the show, and I think you still see the comments, Scott. I think. And football's changed.
He's on mine. That's why I probably can't see everybody else's, because obviously it's Screenshared, isn't it? So
fair dues. Football's changed from the time Kevin and his players, who do you hate, are playing against. Then they got Beardsley in. Yeah. Best way to deal with crap is now. Yes, true.
Yeah, absolutely.
Big up to Jules. Hope you're well.
Well, Jules.
Hi to Hells. Hope you're good. And late again to the party. Did get notification. You're here now, mate. And welcome to the show. Keegan asks, go out as well. And big up to Mick. Hope you're well. And hey to Jules again. Right. We're going to talk about Pete. I'll start with you, man, because also I did see yesterday. I was supposed to turn on this channel. And basically, Eddie Howe did a press conference. Yeah, Toy's going to comment to it very strongly. But he did a press conference on Friday regarding the England job, and also about his future at Newcastle United and how he's going to deal with Paul Mitchell. Now, one interview, he says something, and then he said something completely different on another press conference as well. Yeah. And I've seen an interview that is unlike Eddie. Eddie Howe, I think I've never seen Eddie Howe like this before, but it seems to me that losing Amanda, he looks like he's in turmoil in a minute until the two guys come in. Now, do you think Mitchell and performance director James Bunce got to back Eddie, or do you finish a bond together?
They've got to work together in some way. Surely they have to. Next season we want to be challenging for at least Europe and possible a trophy as well next season. Surely they've got to, because Eddie had said it. He's made it clear in a way he needs backing in the window. He really, really does.
Yeah. Because
do we really want to go have another season of missing out on Europe, not getting very far in the cups as well? I don't think we want to. Hopefully, we will be transferred for something. So there's got to be. Surely they'll be doing something in the background. Surely, it wouldn't surprise me right now, because they'll want to success. Darren Eales, Paul Mitchell, they'll all want to make sure we have a successful season next season. Amanda and me and Dad aren't here anymore, but I believe they'll be doing every hard work they can to make sure to have a successful season next season. There'll definitely be something going on in the background.
Yeah, that's a fair comment there, Pete. That's a fair comment. They do things quietly anyway, and they don't tell us anything. Hi to Mama Flossie. Hope you're well. I forgot to notify you, but I do positive here now, and it's great to see her here. And I hope you're well. And afternoon, JK as well. Big up to George, by the way. Hope you're well, mate. Jules got a comment in, and Jules is saying that Howe needs to understand that clubs fighting for Champions League can't let the manager run everything, and Mitchell and the scouting team will find the players that will work. If Howe can't get on board with this, he is off Tony. I mean, Jules has made a comment there, right? I can see where he's coming from with this, yeah? I mean, first off, I want Eddie Howe to stay, right? No ifs, no buts, yeah? But I would trust the the powers that be upstairs, right? But do you think, right? I'll have to ask this question: do you think Eddie is Paul Mitchell's guy, or do you think Paul Mitchell would prefer to have someone else in?
Well, that's a good question. That is a good question, John. But the thing is, though, at the end of the day, look, obviously Eddie was there before Paul Mitchell came in. Paul Mitchell may have his, might have things that he's thinking of differently to everybody else. But I mean, Paul Mitchell's already said he's happy to be working here with Eddie Howe. Now, we know people can see things on camera, which has taught anything to please people, and we can see things go on in the background as well. I mean, look, your job as your sporting director. That is your job as a sporting director. You go out and find the players. So if Eddie Howe says, I need a right winger, a striker, a right-sided centre-back, then that's where Paul Mitchell will say, right, okay, let me go and find these players for you. They find the players, they'll say, there's the players. You need to, now it's your job as head coach, you coach them and get the team, get the results. And it might be a player that Eddie Howe's never thought of taking on, and he might have to, but at the end of the day, that's the thing, these sporting directors, it's gone on for a long time now. And that's what a sporting director does. He goes out and finds these players. Like I said yesterday, it'll be like, say, if Eddie, for instance, says, I want an attacking midfielder, but one who doesn't just score goals, but also creates. Then Paul Mitchell will go out and find out, where can we get this midfielder from? And look at everything and say, right, okay, you probably look at a few, look at their stats and say, right, okay, scores goals, and he's a great creator as well. So that'll be their number one target. Then he'll have another target. If he misses out on that one, he'll have another target who's just as good. So that's their role. I think, look, I mean, Eddie Howe said he's happy to work with him, but we've heard it on two different levels. We saw Eddie Howe's interview, and what Eddie Howe said on his interview on video, everybody's seen that he's happy at Newcastle and all that, and yeah, that's great. But also, we've seen likes of Craig Hope and other journalists getting a lot of stick because people are saying on Lee Ryder and that, and saying, oh, well, Eddie Howe never said that because he said this on a video. Now, I watched a video this morning from the Geordie Journos. Sorry, it's a bit of a mouthful, Geordie Journos.
Yeah.
And it was Liam Kennedy and Jordan Cronin because of the Adidas headquarters. And if you haven't seen it, go and watch it. It's a fabulous watch. And even Liam Kennedy says that is not the Eddie Howe he knows. And when Liam Kennedy's come out, and remember, Liam Kennedy's a season ticket holder, as is Jordan Cronin at Newcastle United. So they're Newcastle fans as well as journalists. And when he says that that's not how he sees Eddie Howe normally, then something clearly is going on somewhere in the background, because Liam Kennedy says the interview Eddie Howe gave written press is a totally different one to the one you've seen on screen. Now, so when Craig Hope come out with stuff the other day saying, about Eddie Howe saying, this has to work and all this, and people were giving him a lot of stick for it, apparently that is not the, he was not lying. He's not doing it for clickbait. It's what Eddie Howe said in that written press conference. So if you haven't seen it, go back and really give it a good watch after this show, because it's on for about half an hour. But a really good pair of lads, those two. But they're not out to cause trouble or anything like that. But yeah, look, maybe he has. Maybe Eddie Howe has given two different interviews. Maybe the one he's given on screen is to please everybody. I don't know, and that's the thing. Thing is, Newcastle United, he could have, some of them could have been edited for all we know, because you can edit a video and you can cut out all the bits you don't want to have in the video and have all the good bits and make it look like, oh, right, okay, that's it. So again, we don't know what's going on. But if he does go to England, Eddie Howe, and we know he's the bookies' favourite, and he's a fan's favourite for England as well, which, as I said yesterday on my show, as Newcastle fans, having our manager linked to the best job in the world, England, right, which is one of the top jobs in world football, and you can't deny it's not, because it is one of the top jobs in world football, being the England manager, and especially with the team they've got now, that should have won a Euros. They should have won either 21 or they should have won the one last week. Now then, when our manager's being linked with that job, as fans, we should actually feel proud and pleased about that and think, wow, look how far our club's come. You know, a few years ago, we weren't in this position. When was the last time Newcastle United's manager was linked with a job for England? A long time ago, because I can't remember. And so what I'm saying is we should feel honoured that Eddie Howe's name is top of that list. But it doesn't mean to say, if the FA come knocking and say, right, how much is a release clause? Oh, it's 5 million, right, we'll pay you the release clause. Eddie can go to England, but then he might say, well, actually, thank you for the talks. It's been an honour, but I'm going to stay at Newcastle United. Because he doesn't have to go, even though it's met. It was the same when Bruno's release clause was in the, out for that month. If anybody had come in and triggered it, he could have gone off to talk the club, but he didn't have to necessarily sign for them. So that's the same with Eddie Howe. So again, who knows? What we don't want is to go into the season with a lot of uncertainty. That's what we want. We don't want any uncertainty. We want to make sure if Eddie has got his mind going on about England, if Eddie Howe does think he wants to go to England and he does get offered the job, I want the FA to wrap this up quickly as possible, because we then will need another manager in place as quickly as we can before the season starts. So a new manager can get in, have the rest of pre-season to work with the players, get his ethos over in what he wants to do, his playing style and things like that, and how he wants the players to perform before the season starts. Because the last thing you want is a manager coming in just on the first game of the season, and then his tactics and everything won't be set in stone by then, because it takes a few weeks for a manager to get their plans and ideas across to the players. You see what I mean by that?
Yeah, absolutely, totally agree. We got to get that sorted out. And yet, our fan base on social media are saying that why people are so negative, why people just moaning, blah blah blah. We got to discuss it. It needs to be said. We need a manager coming in before the season. If Eddie decides to move on, we need to wrap up this week. Otherwise, we're going to be in limbo. I don't want to see my club be in limbo. Definitely not. Definitely not. Go for some comments, because it's a bit behind. Please get a comment in. We need a striker. Cannot afford not to, Mark. I've been drumming on about that for weeks and weeks and weeks. Folks in the away kit in New York shops on X is wrong. It is a digital marketing photo, as I called Adidas, and they confirmed this. It is not in New York stores. I've seen that, and what a cock-up tweet.
I've seen it as well. I don't get that, why that's been allowed to be released. That's been allowed to be posted on social media, particularly.
Yeah, they need to get that fixed up very, very quickly. Very interesting. I've seen the first strip as well. The first strip looks fantastic, but the NUFC bit, I think they kind of butcher that, in my opinion. People think it's opinion.
I think this is I don't think I think it looks fine, but that one's supposed to be come out in August. That one.
Yeah. Are you going to get it, Pete? You getting it?
More than likely, probably more
Which
than likely.
Which one's that? The first kit, the first away kit, or the second one, the third?
Third.
I'll probably get them both.
We're waiting for the next one to come out. I thought that would have been out by now, to be fair.
That's what I would have thought, but it wouldn't surprise me, because one of our new training kits is going to come out on the 23rd. What makes you say that they're not going to announce the away kit for that date as well?
That should have come out soon. I mean, I'll be in Japan when that second kit come out. I'm not going to make it, but I'll get it when I get back. Apparently, the away kit is coming out next week. Apparently, can't wait for both of the new kits to come out. They look amazing. JK, they look really nice. I don't want Howell out. If it can't work with other staff, that proven to be great at their JBT, their jib, to be fair. That's true. That's a job, to be fair. Sorry about that. Thanks for correcting that. Poch has seen Spotting coming out of the Black Garden. Looks like he's headed to the gate. Hey!
He's got the cinema, isn't he, to watch something on the pictures at the Odeon.
Aye. Yay. I like it.
Or you might be going to Wetherspoons in the gate.
Absolutely. You might see Sancho Tonali there again. You never know. You do not understand Twitter. X has to remain nearly the same, unfortunately, to get accounts took down. You have to have a pile on. I was a target of these and now have to use a different name. Ronald, mate, first off, I do apologize for being piled on. It's not right. But at the end of the day, right, I've got to tell you off the smooth. As a YouTuber, and Pete knows this as well, you're going to have to get a lot of stick. Do you know what I mean? But you have to try and ride above it if we can. Do you know what I mean? So that's what you have to do. So you go fighting them. You're the face out there. Well, we have to go to St. James's Park, right? If people are going to call you out, blah, 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 like telling me to put my phone away and watch the flipping match, yeah? Well, that's where I have a problem. That's why I've got a problem with them. A massive, massive problem. So you're telling someone, I tell you what, go and tell Sky to put their cameras away and watch the match and see what response they get. Managers to stick to coaching and ask for positions they want to improve. Like Tony said, football has changed from time Keane asks his players, what do you hate playing against? And they got Beasley in. And that is from Scott. Yeah, I read that earlier on. That's a good comment there, Scott. For me, is it too early to say whether Howe and Mitchell would get on and any time would tell? Not at all, mate. Not at all. But just join. Not at all. You've got to make sure that they bond as well. I mean, Julie Husband yesterday on Tony Shaw said that to him and myself, that they're going to have to need to bond with each other. Simple as that. And she has staunched Eddie in all day long, like me. If the FA come for Howe and the club gives permission, he is done. As nobody has ever turned down the England job. Peter, I said that days and days now. They don't turn down the England job.
Yeah, well, it's his choice whether he wants to go. If he wants permission, there's nothing we can do about it.
Exactly.
If he wants to talk to the FA about the England role, we can't stand in his way, unfortunately. Even though the club will do their best to fight to keep him at the club. Even Darren Neal's come out and said, but they will not be able to step in his way. Yeah,
that's very, very true. I mean, look, at the end of the day, if he stays, he stays. If he goes,
he goes. Well. It's as simple as that.
Newcastle United will survive. We'll get someone else in. We're going to talk about that a bit as well, who could be a possibility. I disagree. Hope took the first sentence well out of context, as in hells.
Maybe he did, but the thing is, that's the thing, though. We're just taking on board what the reporters are saying. We don't know what he actually said in that press conference, and that is the thing we do not know. And, but I mean, as I say, Liam Kennedy said that was definitely not the Eddie Howe he knows. So whatever he said in that press conference, Eddie Howe, obviously he's not happy with something. And, we'll just have to wait and see how this plays out. But it's not looking good if Howe isn't happy. He wants it to work the way he wants to work it. And if he can't, then there's going to be a collision course I can see it coming. And the thing is, we just don't want this to bugger up the season at the start of the season because, people are saying, well, Eddie Howe may turn down the England job. He may do. But the thing is, though, he might not get another chance at the England job. Plus, if he turned down the England job and say he struggles with us and in 6 months' time he's out of work, he might look back and think, God, I should have took that England job now. Do you know what I mean? And as I said yesterday on my channel, Pete, because obviously you went on, but, a Brighton fan rang into TalkSport and asked about Graham Potter because obviously a lot of people are talking about him. Potter's playing it down because he's more interested about giving Southgate credit for what he's done. And a Brighton fan said he doesn't think Potter's good enough for the England job because he said when there was a game Brighton were playing and they played really bad, all the fans gave Potter stick and he didn't like it. He spat his dummy out. And he said, well, if you don't like watching the football, don't bother coming back to the ground then. Now, is that the sort of man you want for England? If you can't take criticism?
Definitely not. Definitely not.
How would you feel, Peter, if the manager turned around to you and says, well, if you don't like what you're seeing, don't come back to the ground?
Well, that's not what you don't want at all.
No.
It's spiky. Very, very spiky.
Isn't
You
it?
don't want a spiky manager there. I mean, if you look at Jose Mourinho, he's the master at that. He is the master at that. He is the master at that. But you know what? We don't want managers like that.
No.
It's as simple as that.
I've just got that feeling Potter is going to take the England job. I really do.
I think he will. If he does, he's played a blinder. I hope he doesn't. But I stood by a lad. He was doxxed and became a target of associations. Now he went on to target another lad, putting a store on prostitute sites, and he was virtually he has virtually destroyed them. Sickles. I think that's disgraceful. Absolutely disgraceful. Putting a daughter on prostitute sites, that is shocking. I'll tell you what, right? We put it up to the police. They won't do anything about it. They won't do nothing about it. Like I said earlier, if a celebrity, they will. Mourinho turned England down. I think he did, actually. He's the only one who turned England down. England manager has been turned down twice. Might be Josie. Too many people reading into things for me. That's from Toon Talk. Big up to Toon Talk, who you're good. Right. Big name, 1, 2, good. Cool. Big up to Mr. Little. Hope you're well. And there she is. I spoke about her about 5 minutes ago. And then it's Julie. But if he goes to England, will England take all his coaching staff and pay the compensations? That could be a problem. Plus, I think Bruno will be gone. I don't think Bruno will go.
No.
I don't think Bruno will go. But
because Bruno will work under another top manager, surely.
100%. 100%. I don't think Bruno will go if Eddie goes.
No.
I can't see it happening anytime soon. If Eddie goes, then likely Jason, Tyndall, and staff would like to go as well. I'm not convinced Eddie will go, and fairly confident he'll stay for at least this season. And if he does, he needs to tell us now. He needs to tell us now. And I see people on social media say, "Look, he signed a contract last year," which no one knows about.
Do you not think, though? I mean, the thing is, do you not think he may be looking at this thinking, "Oh, well, actually, I'm linked with the England job. If I get a chance, do I take it?" Because yes, okay, you're not on the ground, you're not on the training ground every day, but he might actually think, well, he's got a young family growing up, and he may think, well, I see them growing up more, so, and I get the chance to spend a bit more time with the family, and then obviously just go around doing scouting missions every weekend, going to different grounds to watch players in action. So you know, there's that to throw in there as well, because he has got 2 young kids as well, so maybe that could play on him as well, but who knows?
Yeah. Anything, you just have to see what happens. So it's on the South Coast, didn't he? So it could be that as well, but we'll see what happens. But for now, he's our manager. And let's have a look as well. Lots of disruptions could put us back big style. Julie, I kind of agree. That means if Eddie does go, we need a manager very, very quickly. And we're going to talk about the possibilities to attack this place. There's been a lot of reports as well. OPO Allen and Mama as well. And Howe has said he doesn't know what to do with a first striker, which is weird to say, in my opinion. Don't want Howe out. I don't need that.
We need that third striker. We need a striker regardless for next season. If Wilson stays, we still need a new striker, because I do not want to go into another season, because we had to do it a couple of times, that we're going to have to play an unrecognised striker. We had to do that with Anthony Gordon, and it was quite of a struggle as well, because it wouldn't surprise me if Isak is to go and pick Knox next season. Wilson, the injuries, when is it ever going to end with these injuries for Callum Wilson? If he comes back, great from this back injury for the new season, but you can guarantee, again, he'll pick up another one.
100%. 100%. And you know what? I haven't watched your video yet, right? But one thing I'm going to say, I'll get people on social media saying, why do you need 3 strikers? Why do you need 3 strikers? And I'm trying to explain to them, it's because Isak and Will's got injury prone, right? So if Will's going to be out for a couple of months for a back injury, right? We only got Isak, yeah? And if Isak gets injured,
we've got a striker. Exactly. We don't want to play Anthony Gordon there again.
Look at the bigger picture, man.
Thing is, in the 4 years Wilson's been at Newcastle, he's only played 95 games. Yes, okay, he's got 47 goals and 11 assists, which can't be snipped at. It can't be snatched at. But the thing is, if only he hadn't missed as much with injuries, he would have had a lot more than 47 goals. Believe me, he would have, you know. And, but But in the time he's been at Newcastle United, and if people are not sure about this, and I did put a video out earlier about this, by the way, but Callum Wilson, in the time he's been at Newcastle United so far, has missed 473 days out through injury. 400, that's over a year in
85
injuries.
games, 85 games.
That's close to being a year, a year and a half out with injuries at Newcastle alone. And that's without Bournemouth. And, I mean, look, I look at his injury list and it's just absolutely madness. I mean, yes, he was out for an illness on the 6th of May to the 17th of May. He was out for 11 days and he missed 2 games there. Now, when he got that chest injury at Forest, which I called it, I says, I'd be surprised if Callum Wilson comes off this game without an injury. And he did get an injury in that game. I didn't curse him, by the way. I just thought, is he going to play more than 2 games? And he missed 10 games because of that. Now, if you want us to go further down the list for his injuries, right? And this is where I'll go down now. When he was at Bournemouth, so the 2015-16 season, he missed 189 days through a cruciate ligament tear, which kept him out for 36 games. A year later, February the 2nd, 2017. So remember, he come back April 2016. So he was back for about, 10 months? And then he was out again with another cruciate ligament tear, which kept him out for 260 days, and he missed 33 games. But in that time, he's had a lot of hamstring injuries. And I know I said the same about Pedro Neto. Is he G-string hamstrings? And I tell you what, Callum Wilson ain't far off that either, because his hamstrings isn't great either. The amount of hamstring injuries he's had, it's just absolutely horrendous, And if I look at the time since he's been at Newcastle, he's had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 hamstring strains or injuries since he's been at Newcastle. Yeah.
I think the first one was just...
I mean, if you go back to...
Time? I can't remember.
If you go back to December the 27th, 2021, that's... that was when the takeover had happened and everything, and Eddie Howe was manager as well. He was out for 125 days through a calf injury. He missed 20 games. Didn't come back on May the 1st.
Yes, against Man City.
This is why we need a third striker. And if people are wondering why we need a third striker, there's the reason. That's the reason why. Because you can't trust Callum Wilson to play a full season.
You can't. He's 32 years of age. He's not getting any younger. He's 33 come the end of February next year.
The stats are there. The stats are there.
It's there.
Can't lie. The stats are there, guys.
It's really going to catch up with him, and his legs will not be able to take it anymore completely.
Yeah.
But I mean, when you look at the 4 years he's been here, and you look at them injuries, I know it's 473 days. So you could almost say it's nearly 120 days a year he's lost through injury at Newcastle United. That's shocking. That is shocking. And I know people say, we're looking at Chiesa and he's got a bad injury record. But, that's the thing. Callum Wilson's record is not that great either.
It's not.
And we need a striker. And, I've said this before. And I know some people say they're not convinced on him, but I don't think he's a bad striker. And I think he could do it in the Premier League. And I think he'd probably come in as a second choice to Isak. But then he's always an option that you can play Isak as well and put the 2 up top if you need it to be. And that's Jonathan David.
Yep.
His contract runs out in less than a year's time. And you could go to Lille and say, we'll give you 25 million quid for Jonathan David now. And they'd probably take it because it doesn't look like he signed a new deal there. And that's a deal not to be sniffed at because Roma are looking at him as well. So I think we need to be in there quick and sharp and prize him over because he'd be the decent.
There's a comment from Tom that's coming.
It'd be the type of player you could get in. But if you needed a goal, he could come off the bench and get you one, or at least, help you get a goal anyway.
Yeah, absolutely. You know what it is? You're absolutely right, guys. I mean, look, at the end of the day, I'm not going to lie, but we need 3 strikers at the club, not 2. And people just don't seem to understand. We need 3 strikers at the club. I don't want people commenting to say, why do you need 3? Why do you need 3 strikers? Because I told you why. Do the maths. Yeah? Do the maths. And then you come back to us with a Spurs. Finally.
And if Wilson stays, this has got to be his last season with us. Unfortunately, it has to be.
Yeah, and don't give him a new contract neither.
I can't see we're selling him, to be honest. Who's going to buy him?
No one.
That's the thing.
Unless we can sell him to a Saudi club.
Yeah.
I
they
think
might do better with him.
By the looks of it, he could well be staying, and then we'll release him on a free.
Mm-hmm. True. Let's go for the comments, guys. Exactly, Pete. Let's get some comments. I got loads coming through, and I know one of them's I haven't seen it yet. I'll come to it. In fact, John said we need it wrapped up still. Brilliant. After an interview shows he is leaving. If there's still uncertainty after an interview, then it shows something is wrong. Cool, well, BJJ. Big up to Alan and big up to Jake as well. Releasing a new kit in August too. Yep.
I think that's when the third one's going to come out.
I believe so. And Ronald saying that I'm not believing anything about Howe and Mitchell or Howe or England, despite what others are saying. Even the Geordie journals state Eddie seems different, but that's merely their opinion. That's fair dues. When Poch was at Southampton, we're going to talk about him as well. As Spurs, he worked with Mitchell, did very well. So if Al takes the England job, he is coming, in my opinion. He's getting stronger and stronger and stronger. I'm at the gate now. Enjoy yourself, Pete.
Well, Pete, I know who Peter is.
Yeah, enjoy yourself, Pete. Whatever you decide to do, man. Big up to Now. Hope you're well now. Thanks for coming in. And hopefully Johnny D will sign for us in the coming days and weeks would be great. And let's have a look at some comments. Few more as well. Ferguson said no to England job as well. Yeah, I think I can remember that as well. Even when Eddie was brought in, he would have known we were bringing a sponsor director. So I don't know how much of an issue.
He would have known. He definitely.
He would have known about it.
He would
have known. But thing is, right? He's already seen off Dan Ashworth, right? But Eddie doesn't want a sponsor director. Now we've got one in. So to me, I think the power's been taken away from him as well by the sounds of it. You know what I mean? But Wilson's into the game before the season starts. What is going on? Or he has to go. Yeah. If you get Kubo, say, and Mbeumo, we have a striker covering Mbeumo. And if we get Champions League next season, we'll go back in for Sesko next summer. I tell you, I take that guy all day long. He is absolutely fantastic. And Howe wasn't happy we sold Anderson. Maybe that is it.
Well, not everyone would not have been happy, but they would have understood the reason to. I think that was also what Eddie came out and said one time as well. We didn't want to sell them, but we had no choice but to sell them. And you couldn't really turn away 35 million for Elliot Anderson and 33 million for Minty as well. Because the fact is, we don't want to sell Isak, we don't want to sell Bruno, we don't want to sell Anthony Gordon. So we've had to let...
Shame we couldn't get 35 million for Longstaff.
Exactly. But I tell you what, though, if anyone buys Longstaff for 35 mil, I'll be celebrating, I'm telling you. But then again, Paul Mitchell must know about this. He must have watched Newcastle, so he knows what's needed. Secondly, it's the England job that high profile in a country where people do put their club ahead of country. Why should we be honoured? Newcastle first. That's from Tom.
Good point there, Tom. Yeah.
Good point, Tom. Good point. Fair dues. John's chatting to Alan and Eddie likes the intensity. England can't give him that. Interesting.
Again, because we know what the FA are like. They're corrupt us out.
Yeah, indeed they are. Eddie needs to stay or go. We cannot wait for the season to start. This is another thing I want to say, right? People are saying that Eddie is staying, right? Leave him off, back him off. Well, we need to know from him. And if he wants to take the England job, he needs to come out and say, I'm going to rule himself out so we can move on. The longer it goes on, the more acidity we're going to head into, and the unnecessary stuff goes with it as well. We don't want to crisis at our football club. We had it before, can't do it again. Lads, do you think trips will leave before the start of the season? That's an Alan. There's a possibility.
It's gone quiet, that. It's gone quiet, that, I would say.
Yeah, I think it is. And Charles, no one was happy we saw Anderson. It was necessary.
Tom's just said it.
There you go.
Because if we were to break PSR rules, the media will absolutely rip into us. And they'd hope that every single punishment would be thrown at us, i.e. lots of points deducted, or they'd want to see us kicked out of the Premier League, because we know how some of these media companies do not like us at all. They would love to see us punished badly for it.
100%. They'll probably give us a 30-point
thing-
deduction or immediate relegation. Tony, go on, mate.
Thing is, though, we could have. Right. The thing is, all right, we could have not had to sell Anderson if Man U had coughed up that money, because if Man U had coughed up that 10 million for Ashworth, then we would have been fine. But that's the reason why Ratface held back on giving us the money, because what he was hoping was, while we were getting rid of Minty, he probably thought there was nobody else we were going to sell. So he probably thought, well, sod them, I'm not giving them the 10 million yet. They can wait till after the deadline, because then if they break PSR rules, they'll get a points deduction. But it didn't work. It meant we had to sell Anderson as well to Forest. So, look, so Ratface, it didn't actually work. But, if that is true, that he has deliberately held the money back, then that's, I mean, do you know what it is? I mean, this guy in the Premier League, I just can't stand the bloke. And this is the same guy who asked the Labour leader, who is now the Prime Minister, to let the taxpayers fund a new stadium at Manchester. No. I tell you now, if this Labour government make us taxpayers pay towards the stadium for that red shit on Manchester, I will be angry. Because why should I go to work and pay for Niagara Old Trafford?
Niagara Old Trafford. Niagara Old Trafford.
I see what you mean, Tony. I see exactly what you mean.
Can I just come in? Yeah, Truls has just gifted.
Yeah, I've seen it as well.
Thanks so much for that, Truls. Really appreciate that. As well, they've gone to Mutsang BGSSW. I can't pronounce the first name. Chris Hewitt, Mark L, Belly81, Geordie Rick, Paul Weinberg, Geordie V, Gavin Armstrong, Ancients of Mew Mew, and Fuggy Crack have been gifted. Well done, Truls. Thank you.
Thanks a lot of that, Truls, as well. I mean, I haven't had a membership for a while yet, but it's 99p. We all have joined, guys. So it's still open as well. Catch 22 situation with Eddie. In fairness, if it ain't in the top 4 by Christmas, he could be sacked, or take England and have the press intrusion that comes with the job. Now, that's a flipping good point, man. That's a bloody good point. For me, I mean, he could be out of a job by Christmas if we have another post. Well,
we don't have a good start. He's well and truly going to be under pressure.
Massively. And I don't want to say that for Eddie. I love him, but I think it's come to a point now where PIF wants to be serious. They want to win things as well. And Jules, I believe you got another member. What are you two?
Oh, yeah, Jules is either, I'm not sure if that's a renewal or it's he's just joined. But thank you, Jules, for signing up to Members Club.
Well done to you. It's Potty and Weatherspoons. Could be. It wasn't. Maybe have some Argentinian tea or maybe doing the Argentinian rumba. You never know. Only joking. I mean, I like the Argentinians. Some of the Argentinians are really nice people. I mean, especially on social media. I've got followers from Argentina as well. If Wilson does score, then we need 2 strikers in this window. JK, you're absolutely right. We need 2 strikers, yeah. Howe likes transfers done early, and it seems the club are waiting for Mitchell before signing anyone. Maybe this could be the issue with Eddie and frustration with transfers. It could well be.
We'll wait and see.
Wait and see. Pep said he would love to do. Pep said he would do a job at the end of the season. Put the 21 coach in temp. That won't happen. That will not happen. I know Tom chatting to Tom, and I hope Potter takes in the job. Then they will leave Eddie alone. Mick, that's a fair shout. And tally ho to you, my guy. Hope you well. One thing Howe was saying, Newcastle, if he takes the England job because he hasn't won anything, the players will look at him the same way as waistcoat. Tony, that's an interesting one from Gary.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. I mean, it is interesting. I mean, yeah, he hasn't won anything, Howe, in his career, but it's the way people are looking at. Some people are saying, "Is Eddie Howe experienced enough for the England job?" Well, of course he is, because he's been in Manchester since the age of 29. Look how long he was at Bournemouth. Bournemouth were all but going out the league. They were in a lot of strife and trouble, and the club was in huge debts, wasn't it? And he kept them up against all odds, and then he got them promoted up to the Premier League. And then he kept them in the Premier League for 5 years. They were lucky to go down that season, all because of Aston Villa's ghost goal against Sheffield United. And the fact that another rat in Ryan Fraser decided not to sign an extended 6 weeks contract just to help the team out. And possibly he could have been the difference for Bournemouth staying up as well. But yes, he's done really well. So you can see he's experienced enough for the England job. But personally, if I'm honest, I think the FA are going to go abroad for a manager. I've got that feeling. I've got the feeling it won't be Klopp because Klopp's on a break and there's no way he's breaking that to come and manage England. So if anybody thinks Klopp's going to take the England job, don't even think about it. He's not got it. He'll not take it. No. If anybody, I think it'll be a Pochettino maybe or a Thomas Tuchel. Thomas Tuchel, I would prefer because he's good at knockout stages.
Yeah, he is. He's clever at that as well. And he's a damn good manager. Can be a bit prickly, but he is a damn good manager. Trust us when I say that. Would Johnny D be able to cut in the Premier League though? And would he be willing to be behind others? How much would it cost? Maybe we would need to keep Callum even signing him. Well, I see your point. And if he does come, I want to see Jonathan David in the team as well. And I think he'll cope in the Premier League as well. He is very, very quick. And he scores as well. Do you ever buy Crocs, Mark? It sounds like it, mate.
Thing is, so, it's interesting about that comment about Jonathan David, right? It's interesting about that comment about Jonathan David. But the thing is, though, you look at the top teams, they've got big players on their benches. And, you look at City, they've got Grealish on the bench. And they've got Doku up, ahead of him. Or sometimes it may be Grealish playing and then Doku on the bench. So I don't get this, why players wouldn't come for that. Because if they're going to come and join a project that's going to go places, then you're not going to turn it down. Isak wasn't the starter at first when he came, was he? Yes, he had to start the first game against Liverpool, but, there's times when Isak's been on the bench and had to come on and been second fiddle to Wilson, but he's never mourned. So I don't buy that. I just think, it's all down to the player at the end of the day, what he wants to do. But if the player thinks, that team's on the cusp of winning something and I want to be there, I want to be part of that, then because it's not going to be that he's going to be stuck on the bench for the season. He is going to get game time. He may come on as a substitute in the Premier League, but he might start cup games. So, it's not all down to the fact that because he's one of the top strikers that he's not going to come. And that's, we'll just see what happens, I suppose. But we have got a good relationship with Lille, Debussy, Kabay, Botman. So there you go. We've got a good relationship with them. So who knows?
Yeah, 100%, 100%. And long may it continue. In a few months' time, the report Cameron Wilson has to be ruled out for up to 3 months after suffering an injury setback. The Newcastle striker Thatcher this duel by brushing his teeth.
Do you know what? Hey, Tom, I tell you what, you've cursed at now, Tom. I tell you now, because you know what, that'll probably bloody happen. Knowing our luck, that he'll brush his teeth and break his jaw, or he'll stub his toe and he'll kick his toe against the table and be out for like 6 months with a broken toe.
Oh,
yeah,
or a broken toenail.
And then you're thinking, bloody hell, wish you never got another striker coming in. But hey ho. But again, like Pete says, we'll see what happens, but we definitely need a striker in. You can have Jota. Yes, please, I'll take Jota. Fantastic. Celtic Jota. Very, very skillful. Scores as well. Because, I like that one there. David's got the answer. And Bumo would do better. I don't think Brentford will let him go. I really don't. It wouldn't surprise me, Jules. And JK, I'm starting to JK. And Jonathan David and Bumo would be fine. Don't see why not. Good afternoon to you, Gary D. Hope you're well, mate. And since we met the PSR deadline for those debt sales, how about buying back Anderson and Minty? Great morale boost. Maybe solve the right winger issue and would cheer Eddie up. Exactly. We're still crying out for a right winger. And I heard as well today, Pete, right, that we should go after Kang and Lee. think of the first shirt sales, he's a baller.
He's a really good player, him, yeah.
He is a good player. He really is. Going back, Pete, right? I mean, I heard today Joel Brand on social media saying that there's going to be a season review this week.
I've not heard anything about that, to be honest.
We got Ian.
I've not heard anything about.
How can you have, right? I'm not being funny. Like, in a season review, couple of days time before August. I don't get it at all. I really don't get it, man. Good win for Celtic yesterday. It was 4-0 against DC United. I think it's today, actually. I was like 36 for a long staff. Yeah, I'll take it all day long. This is the thing. We need to get rid of him very, very quick. Cannot wait to get back up the road to paradise. Yeah, you know what? I need to do me vlogs at Celtic one day. It will happen soon. Green Mark and Tony, big Mason. Why would an Arsenal fan in Stammer do that to Old Trafford?
Well, yeah, but he had a meeting, didn't he, with Ratface? So who knows? Who knows?
Yeah. I hope we didn't get back in for decent over Everton, even at a cheaper price.
Hopefully we have well and truly moved on from that. I don't want Dominic Calvert-Lewin.
No way Paul Mitchell will go for him. I'm sorry. There's no way.
You know what Mason's like, do you? He's done it again, hasn't he? Get out of it. Poch and Wetherspoons, Howe, get real. If Poch was come to tune, first stop would be in Blackguard. Yeah, I read that, didn't I? Celtic beat Swansea, sister last night. Big up to Allen United, should build their new stadium on the moon. It will suit them to the ground, no more atmosphere. Wow. And we're going to come to the next topic as well. O'Reilly started the preseason like last season. He's a really good player, him. I think the price on Fraser might be a bit steep. I mean, to bag a Chris Allen is a bit steep. This is the thing. We need to get rid of all these players now under Ashley. Yes, let's be real. And Man U has become the first club to offer public showers to the fans who attends. Maybe that's why Ratface has a constipated face when being interviewed. You know what? That guy, seriously, man, he needs to be educated.
Never know what Gone and Leave was.
Yeah, Ratface. He's never heard of it, but he owns a big company, and he must have been involved in that before. He's just trying to make us look bad. That's why he always seems to have something snidey to say against Newcastle, and you know, eventually he'll say something. He'll open his mouth one day, and he'll say something about Newcastle, and the owners will have him sued in the courts. Because he will trip himself up, Ratface. I'll tell you that now. That's the man who sleeps in his own car every night.
If it goes pear-shaped at Man United next season, who's going to have the last laugh? Us.
Yeah, I've got a feeling they're going to do well. I mean, they've got the right players at the right time, at the right positions, which we should be doing. Do you know what I mean?
But again, what if Ten Hag falls out with other players as well?
Yeah, true.
I mean, they're taking a risk with an 18-year-old for 60 million quid, which is like...
He is good, Tony.
I know he's a good player, John, but the Premier League's a totally different league to League One. That's the thing, John. It's a totally different league. And he might be found out, John, next season. And he could totally and utterly flop. And then everybody's going to laugh at Man U saying, again, they've paid another 60 million quid on a flop. You know, they paid 85 million quid for a player who thinks it's great to celebrate against League Two Newport County, you know, when he scores a goal. You know, and the same player who goes up to Coventry players and totally disrespects them in an FA Cup semi-final, you know. The guy's a disgrace. He's no better than Miggy Almiron.
Not really.
At least Almiron was 4 times cheaper.
Yeah, true. Do
you know what I'm saying, John?
I do.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah, true.
But what you were saying about Joe Bland, John, he said Anik was booked for 8 guests from Newcastle United. Representatives from PIF were also present. Understood the topics discussed included a season review, As well as analysing injuries, transfer talk is quiet currently as the club is figuring out a new process with recent appointments.
Wow. What can I say?
Anna Castle was booked Friday to Sunday. So
Well,
there you go. That's what he's saying.
Well, the thing is, right, we go to Japan, they fly out after the whole game next Sunday. So, and then I got a tweet off Emma. Big up to Emma, by the way. I'm paying absolutely no heed of transfer rumours. Plenty of time. Well, we got 4 weeks to go. We need to get position fixed going into the new season. We look at Ipswich, spent close to 80 mil. Southampton, 70 mil. Yeah. You got Everton getting down Lindstrom for Napoli as well on a loan. Yeah. He plays on the right-hand side. We should be over with this guy because he's a really good player. 22 appearances. And, yeah, don't look here. Not a lot of goals.
The thing with Everton, their takeover recently collapsed.
And they're still spending.
They're going to have to be careful because they could well be hit with more FFP PSR charges.
Yeah.
They're screwed. They are, Everton.
I agree.
Surely it can't be second, third, fourth time lucky. It's going to happen eventually.
I agree. Well, so if this comes, going to talk about Pochettino for a closer show. Look, let's get this right. Eddie Howe's going nowhere. Else he is staying in Newcastle. He loves the club. Stephen, you know what, mate? I'll listen to you. I'm not going to hope you're right, mate. I hope you're correct. That's what Stephen's saying.
You talk about players signing for clubs, Pete, and saying, "Oh, this is a good signing for this club," and that, and John as well. Mm-hmm. I think Forest have pulled off a blinder with the signing they've got as well. I'm not talking about Elliot Anderson either. I'm talking about one guy in particular, right-sided centre back, Nikola Milinkovic. That's a hell of a signing.
12 million.
That's a hell of a signing. We were looking at him a couple of years ago as well.
Yeah, we were.
You know, they got him from Fiorentina for 14.3 million euros. So he's a good player. He really is a good player.
Tony, do you know what it is I like about this guy? He brings the ball out from the back, right? He gets in at the right time. He tackles at the right time, right? He's so calm on the ball as well. Nothing flustered him. And he's brilliant at set pieces as well. He is an all-round defender, that guy, I'm telling you. 12 million quid. That is an absolute bargain. We should have been all over that guy. And I didn't know that. The way we saw he signed, I did not know that totally he signed for the club. I'm thinking, where did that came from? Why we're not after him? Unbelievable. Exactly. What a defender that guy is. I think so, Ian. He's too good for the team and would like to have seen the tune. Afternoon, everybody. Caught you at the other day, John, doing a Man U show. The result of the Man U show is the Southgate, bit of Newcastle, and bit of United. Naughty. But thank you so much for your support, Mr. Viking.
His profile's good. I used to watch that comedy, Max and Paddy.
Yeah,
it was quite particularly. Max and Paddy, the comedy, particularly with the pig that hang in the camper van.
Yeah,
and it was non-stop every time.
Yeah, bless. One folks reporting Wills has had an injury when all he has a minor back surgery, as we don't know if he was advised to have it.
But it's annoying.
He hasn't even played a game.
He hasn't played a game and he's got injured in training.
Yeah. Stats.
And this is before we've got a few weeks until the season starts. And he's doubtful.
That's the thing. We've got to keep our eyes open for that. We need to get a striker in. We need to get one in now. Just get anyone, warrior, for Christ's sake. Do Newcastle have views coming through Tony and John? Have youth coming through?
There is. There is youth coming through. I mean, Sanusi, he looks a decent player, and Shahar as well. He looks all right as well. So, there's definitely players there to come through. So, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And it's only going to get better. Paul Mitchell will make sure we have a better academy.
Yeah, I agree. Gary even says we need 2 strikers thrown at the door. Absolutely, mate. Absolutely. Maybe the season review is with Paul Mitchell this time. A season review must have already been done. It should have been. It must have been. And then hope Eddie don't get the wrath for it as well. He gets up the wrath, say, DCL is only fit for Rangers. He can go there. He can go to Rangers. I don't care. Who needs to go to Canada to see Niagara Falls when you can go to Old Trafford?
Yeah, exactly.
I love it. What a surprise, John. Things Man U do good. You know what? I just think they make some good signs at the right time, but I hope we finish above them. But you know what? They're not finished spending yet, because I spoke to a few who follows me to the Red, and they told me they're not done yet. Jake's chatting to Gary.
They'll have to change the name, won't they, to the Theatre of Dreams. Will have to be changed, won't it, at Old Trafford?
Yeah.
They've now incorporated it. They've now, what they'll do is they'll change it from the Theatre of Dreams to the Theatre of Wet Dreams.
Where? Hey! Oh man, I love it, man. Absolutely love it.
Like that one, Pete.
Love it, man.
Oh,
Yes, yeah. It's this little F-nut places to hold out for us to buy out his contract. The shite here. Do you know what? He's sitting tight for that last year's contract. You can see that coming. Old Trafford's fallen down. It's gone by a bloody clown. Wow. And 10. What's that? 10.
At least you never drink when I told you that, Pete.
no.
Old Trafford. Oh,
God.
if Amanda and
You can just imagine it, can't you?
Oh, yeah.
Welcome to Old Trafford, the Theatre of Wet Dreams.
Yeah, exactly. Did anyone notice the Forest? We paid 20 mil for Lacademas. We paid 22 million in fact. And
I'm
Tony,
surprised
you
not
got-
selling wetsuits.
Yeah,
Oh, God.
you got some members, Tony. You want to read them
Yes,
out?
I've just gifted 5 memberships, and the people who have got that is Jopadoni,
Not at all.
Lee NFC, Clarky, Foxy, and Hells as well.
Well done. Well done. It should. It should. Big up to Alison Rear. Hope you will. And hope you're ready for the new season. And how's you gonna go? Miley White. Yeah, saw that now. It was hilarious. And there's Fox in the building. Bit of Southgate, bit Newcastle, bit United. John had a shocker at that statement. Look, it was Sky's show as well, not just my show. Theatre streams. I like that. All Trappers, simple floor that. And looks like Peter like wet dreams.
Thank you, Mick, you cheeky git.
Hey! Let's go.
I'll tell you what, John.
Yeah, man.
When I was in the club shop last Sunday, the thing I liked about what they're selling in the club shop as well, which is it's great. It's Adidas again. It's their great marketing ideas. It's exactly what they do with like Man United. In there, if you're a golfer, they sell all sorts. You can buy golf covers for your golf bag, like a driver cover. You can buy the golf balls with Newcastle United on it, even down to the little tees as well. And I imagine once the new shop's open, they'll probably sell the golf bags in there as well. I tell you what, it's a great marketing idea, and it's the only way it will bring a shitload of money into the club as well. Absolutely. All these little gimmicks that they're bringing in, like golf stuff and that, and golf brollies, you can buy them there. They're 60 quid for a golf brolly. You know, I mean, look, it's all great marketing at the end of the day. And if you're a keen golfer and you think, do you know what, I'm going to have one of them. I'll have that sitting on my driver. Lovely, thank you very much. And oh yes, I'll have a nice golf brolly with Newcastle United on it. You know, because we know golf's not a cheap game. So people who play golf, probably go in there and think, oh yeah, I'll get all my golfing stuff from here. I think there'll be a hell of a lot more stuff sold once the big shop opens, and I can't wait to see the new shop actually, because I think it's going to be absolutely fantastic, you know.
Yeah.
Mm.
And the sack's coming on well as well when I looked at it last Sunday. So yeah, it's all coming along well.
Interesting. More money, I guess. And I mean, Daniel.
The good thing is,
you're going to.
The good thing is the thing with the sell at stack is as well is Newcastle United Football Club. They've haven't picked which companies going there. This was all down to Seller. Seller picked the companies that they wanted in there, and they're all Newcastle-based companies, which was absolutely fantastic. So well done, Seller, yet again. What a sponsorship they really are.
Absolutely.
Great people.
100%. And I tell you what, that stack's going to look absolutely beautiful when it happens.
Yeah. The stage is up as well, John, because that was up last week when I was there.
Wow. You going in, Pete, as well to the stack?
Oh, I'll be getting myself there some one time.
100%. Man, you spend a lot of money. If it goes pear-shaped, i.e. no Champions League, then FFP will come back to hurt them. I don't think they fit.
But the thing is, will the Premier League do that?
Not to United, they won't.
Since it's one of the cartel.
Yep, absolutely. And you know what? They look after the big six. Remember, people over 14, they don't give a
Maybe
flying...
Old Trafford should be called Waterworld.
Yeah.
Waterworld. Yeah.
Or Wet and Wild. Wet and Wild.
When will the new shop be open?
Sounds like a porn movie.
It does.
What?
Wet and Wild.
Yeah, man.
I was just thinking of the old water park, Wet and Wild.
Yeah. And will the new shop be open? I think it'll be open by the time before the new season, surely.
I'm not sure
it's supposed to be, I think, John. Yeah. I suppose a good thing is, though, if people are going to Old Trafford and they want free water, they just hold their water bottles open and they'll catch the water.
They have to. It could be fun. What's John's favourite seat? Oh, there we go. No! The Red Sea. Like it. Right, let's go swiftly on to the last part of the show we're going to talk
Old
about.
Old Trafford's as leaky as a defence at Man United, isn't it?
Oh, God.
Let's go swiftly on to Mauricio Pochettino. It's named Tony's being linked. If Eddie goes to England, then it looks to me that Poch is going to be top of the shop, top of the list of replacements to replace Eddie Howe if Eddie decides to move to England. Would you be happy taking him?
I mean, look, we can see why he'd be top of the list because obviously he's worked twice with Paul Mitchell at Southampton and at Tottenham Hotspur. So obviously his name will probably be top of that list. It wouldn't be a bad appointment, let's be honest. I mean, look at where that Chelsea team finished, not last season, the season before, and then Pochettino come in. And look where they finished last season. They finished above us in 6th place. So considering they've been struggling most of the season, he's done a remarkable job to get them into 6th place. But bearing in mind, this is a Chelsea team that's full of players just shoved in there, by an owner who thinks he's playing FIFA 24. But no, I mean, look, it's not a bad appointment. Would he be my first choice? Maybe not. Because I think there could be other managers out there that we could look at ahead of Poch. Hasn't really won any trophies, has he, Pochettino? My first choice, in all honesty, if Eddie Howe did leave, my first choice would be Mancini, and he would be gettable because, remember, PIF, get in touch with the Saudi FA, pay them whatever they want, and get them in. So Mancini would be my first choice. If I had to go for a second choice after that, then it would be Thomas Tuchel, because he's won stuff as well. So, he won Chelsea the Club World Cup as well, remember, as well as Champions League. So look, yeah, I mean, Tuchel would be one as well. So, but if I was to, if it was first choice, I would say definitely go and get Mancini from Saudi Arabia.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What about you, Pete?
See, Mancini would be my first choice if Eddie was to go.
I agree. I mean, look, Eddie's our manager. Let's get this out there, right, before people jump on this. Yeah. But if he does go, then for me, I mean, Simeone would be his first choice, but he's never going to leave Atletico Madrid. So in that case, for me, I'm going to have to put Mancini first, possibly Poch. And do you know what? There's good managers out there. I would have gone for Edin Terzic from ex-Dortmund.
Yeah, good shout, John. Good shout.
Yeah, no, definitely not a bad shout.
So for those three,
I forgot about him, John, actually.
Yeah, he used to be number 2 at West Ham as well, didn't he? He used to be at number 2 at West Ham. Then he was number 1 at Dortmund, and he plays fantastic football. And it is what it is. So it is what it is. But that'd be a cracking appointment. So I think that'd be brilliant. If we can get, but Eddie's our manager. I'm going to stress this out. I think that'd be a cracking choice there. So let's go on.
Be exciting, John.
Mancini. Listen, when he was City manager, it was exciting football. But when he was at Man City, yeah, it was good. He wanted to get defensive right, and then he looks after attackers. But they do play good football under Mancini. They do play great football under him. Do you know what I mean? Look at the way he's done it at Man City. Yeah, you got David Silva, Sergio Aguero. Yeah, Balotelli when he behaves himself. Yeah, they got some great players.
Toure, when he's not setting fireworks off in his bathroom.
Yep, that's absolutely. Postulates at all King Ed. And let's go on this one as well. 6th place with £1 billion squad.
Yeah.
I mean, that's amazing. Mancini's good at hiding his official salary. I've heard that. And Xavi, look, Xavi, good English, right? Done well at Barca, I believe. But at the end of the day, I think he wants to crack at the Premier League. Will it be good enough for the Prem? I'm not so sure, but it could surprise. I would have gone with Michel from Girona. That's another now put in as well. Girona, coach Michel Sanchez. Wonderful job he's done at that club. Would Poch get the best out of the players like Eddie does? I don't think so. Eddie's going nowhere. It's the Southern media trying to stir things up again, Pete. That's from Alan. I mean, Alan's makes good points there.
Yeah, well, Poch hasn't really won anything. Well, that's been the problem, and
yeah, man.
It didn't really work out with Chelsea at times, but even though they got Europe, well, towards the end it did.
Yeah.
Mancini would be my first choice.
Yeah. I think it'd be really good. I think it'd be a fantastic choice. Like, you know, I mean, he's at Saudi in a minute. Maybe he wants to come back to day-to-day football. And I think, you know what, if he does come, he'll look at it and it will change that squad consistently. And also as well, he will not take any crap for no one, I'm telling you.
Not only is Mancini a good manager, but what a player he was as well.
Oh, he was sensational. Don't forget, he's a Premier League winner, FA Cup winner, Carling Cup winner, also the Euro winners as well. It's as simple as that. He has won everything in the book, and he's won Inter Milan three seasons straight. Let's be real. And he's not daft. Get him. I tell you what, it'll be brilliant. I've noticed some of the new Nike fur kits has the tick mark tilted upright to look like a J. I didn't see that one there. I had to have a look at that one, Coffee. Let me sack Poch because he's very limited. Very limited. That could be a little bit
Daniel Levy's an idiot himself.
And Poch won 3 trophies as manager with all of them come to PSG. Any half-decent manager will improve the team. Remember who we had before Howe?
Oh, yes. You know, I'm still kind of getting a job, and it's coming up to 2 years nearly.
Nah, he's at Talk Sport, isn't he? He's at Talk Sport now.
Yeah, he's a pundit on there now.
Yeah,
because he probably knows no global hire and his manager.
Sums it up, doesn't it? It sums it up.
It's because he said to Steve Bruce, I said, well, I'll tell you what, Steve, if you come and join us at Talk Sport, we'll make sure that we know you like your bacon sandwich, but obviously I know you said you don't want a small one. So what we'll do is we'll triple the offer. We'll give you a triple-decker bacon sandwich if you come and join TalkSport. And he must say, yes, you're sold, because a triple-decker would be absolutely fantastic. They said, oh, by the way, TalkSport, Greg's is just around the corner, so you can go and get your pasties and your sausage rolls.
Yeah.
Oh,
exactly.
There's a kebab shop up the road.
There you go.
There you go. There's your answer. The Southern press have always stood with Alan. Yeah, that's what I talking to Alan. What do you think about Adidas keeping the same shirt templates and designs for different teams and just changing the badge and colours? That's an interesting question there, Pete. Very interesting.
I don't particularly mind it, to be honest. Like, I really don't.
Our goalkeeper top's it's everywhere. I mean, if you look at the Euro, Spain had it in red and things like that. Yep. So yeah, it's the same top everywhere, isn't it? And also in that video with the Geordie journals, which is interesting, they do show you towards the end of it as well. They do show you some of the stuff they've looked at there, the replica shirts, and some of the prototypes that didn't get out for Newcastle United that they didn't get out there. And there's some lovely, there's a couple of lovely shirts amongst them lot as well. So yeah, so it's well worth having a look.
Is interesting. I don't mind Adidas. I think it's a fantastic kit, the best one there is. The same Mancini that couldn't beat Tajikistan and recently lost to Jordan. Wow. That's interesting, Fox. I didn't know that, mate, until you mentioned that. Thanks for that. That's why Brian Clough used to do stuff on the back and work his way up to the front. That's in guaranteed.
See, there's the best England manager they never had, Brian Clough, because the FA would not appoint him because he was too outspoken and he wasn't a yes man. That's why. Because I tell you now, if Brian Clough had been England manager, England would have won something by now. Because Cloughie takes no crap. And he doesn't take crap with the fans. We've all seen it where he runs on the field and slaps that fan across the face to say, don't you come on the pitch again, matey, you know? And if a manager done that these days, they'll get done for it. But back then, they wouldn't dare say nothing to Cloughie. And any viewers out there that's a bit younger, if you don't know what that is, check it out. It's on YouTube. Just put it in, Cloughie slaps fan, and you'll see it. It's what a hell of a what a hell of a hand it was from Cloughie, and that fan went down like a sack of spuds. But Cloughie took no shite. That's the thing. He didn't take no crap whatsoever. What a manager Cloughie was.
World class. He was a world class manager. Let's be real. I think anyone would say he's a world class manager. But can you imagine Brian Clough working Mike Ashley in Newcastle?
He wouldn't do it, John. It wouldn't be done.
I doubt it. However, the first trip was the league 11 days in, so not really him, was Tuchel. It took him 4 months doing the Champions League with Chelsea. Big up to Kishan, by the way. Hope you well. I hate Roy Jennings. He hates Newcastle.
Oh, I can't be fond with him as well.
Chelsea fans. I mean, don't mention that to Mama Flossie. She cannot stand him at all whatsoever. She'll confirm that. The same person I wanted Eddie sacked last year because he wasn't good enough for Newcastle. Exactly. But if the Newcastle owners are not going to pay the big wages, you're not getting these top managers or players. Are you really, really to go together like bacon and eggs? That's a fair comment. And if Steve Bruce was in Star Wars, as they would be Darth Cabbage. Yeah, I like that, Gary. I like it. Being defended by Flossie. How things has changed quickly. Twats. Reports in Germany, we made an inquiry by 23-year-old Adelian Gossenu. I've never heard of that guy. Never heard of him, but need to invest on that one. Right? Does the FA need yes men for England manager's role? So they can control them. I don't think Eddie Howe's a yes man either.
Eddie's definitely not a yes man.
I think they probably. You know what?
I really hope we're not in the FA. Do not look at managers like Lampard.
No, or Gerrard for that matter.
Not that good. They're not good enough.
No, couldn't do it in the Premier League. So why? So they don't deserve the England job at all.
No.
We need a manager who's going to win a trophy. That's what we need.
That's the thing. That is the thing, man. But, I mean, it's crazy, man. Absolutely ridiculous. Don't want Gerrard or Lampard. No way. Absolutely no way. Mancini.
Gerrard's shit as a manager. Yeah, he looked good in Scotland, but that's Scottish football for you. Sorry, exactly. Ian Fleming, if you're in the chat, but
look, no, because yeah.
Scottish football is totally different, but in Aston Villa, he was showing up, wasn't he? And that's why he lost.
I think you'll agree with you in a way, Tony, because he was manager of another team, not the one Ian supports.
Exactly. Mancini, decent manager, but hasn't done well in club football now for over a decade. Wasn't great with Galatasaray, Zenit, or a second Inter stint. You want to add anything to that, Tony? What Foxy said there? Are you still going to stick with Mancini?
Yeah, but it doesn't make him a bad manager overnight, does it? You know,
Not
so
really.
It might be in the Premier League, might be the place he likes to ply his trade. Maybe, I don't know. He might not want to come back to club management. Who knows? You know, we don't know. At the end of the day, just have to wait and see. But Eddie Howe's still manager, so it's no good speculating until whatever happens.
Yeah,
that's it.
If it ever happens.
Exactly. We'll go through the comments, going to wrap the show up. I know you've got things to do. I think Eddie was there. Why are the media against Newcastle now? They're Bruno G going to Man City now again. He's not going anywhere. He's not.
That's what they're saying. Apparently, that they'll
come back.
If the loaners say that Rico Lewis or Oscar Bob, then that'll soften the blow for Bruno to go there. But Man City won't pay the £100 million Newcastle want. They'll say they'll pay 80 million quid for Bruno. I mean, why would we need Rico Lewis? He's a left back. We've got a left back in Lewis Hall.
Yeah, and Oscar Rob will definitely improve, but we don't want to sell Bruno Guimaraes. We just do not want to sell Bruno Guimaraes.
Not for 80 million quid either.
Definitely
why
not.
City want them on the cheap? Plus,
Tony,
why would Bruno want to go there? Because they might be relegated next season.
Exactly.
These 115 charges start to be read in November, the court case, and, you know, they could be relegated to League Two.
Yeah, very, very true. We want to keep Bruno. We want to win things. If you're going to win things, we've got to keep Bruno at all costs. If we don't, then the chances are we're going to be back to square one, and people are going to be thinking we're a selling club. So they need to think about that very, very quickly. Joey Barton put himself forward for England. No, thank you. All the people that want Howe for England manager are the same people that laughed when he came to the tune. Mick, that's a fair comment.
Yeah, absolutely, Mick.
Fair comment. Is the FA controlled by players, club owners, which is the reason why they want to appoint a yes man? That's interesting. That's what they want. And what about Stuart Pearce, England manager? Not for me, mate. Not for me. Afternoon to you, John Mitchinson. I hope you're well. The supercomputer has us finishing 7th place. I tell you what, we need to do better than 7th place this season. We need to, because we've gone from 4th to 7th. We need to finish above 7th. We need to win a trophy as well. Joe was crap in Rangers. That says it all. Well, he didn't win.
Thing is, though, the supercomputer has us finishing 7th. But I tell you what, Villa will struggle next season. Let's be honest. They've lost Douglas Luiz. Obviously, they're going to buy Onana from Everton for 50 million, which it's almost a done deal at. But the thing is, they've got to go with the Champions League. They've got to challenge with the not only the Premier League, but they've also got the FA Cup, the League Cup, Champions League, and we know how hard it is. If we know how hard it is to do that, then Villa are going to find out next season, and they're going to struggle. They will not be in the top 4 next season, Villa. I'll tell you that now.
Definitely not. No. Definitely not. Missed a couple of comments as well. Coffee said the FA lost Mr. Teeth would be a good appointment for England's manager's job. I don't think he'd take it because he wants a year out. And City were offered Oscar Bob on loan, which means he was trained by Eddie, returned back to City. No, thank you very much indeed for that. Thanks, Mama. I appreciate that as well. And you have a good evening, mate. Thanks for modding me channel as well. Even if City are guilty, nothing will happen. Brown envelopes will fly. You know what? Had that been us, we would have been tried by now, and we would have got the book thrown at us big time. If England wants Eddie, he'll be manager by now. So you got nothing to worry about. He's not going to be the new England manager, as in Danielle. I think Pep will leave City next year. I think this could be his last season. When they get the chance, look at Flamengo's second goal yesterday. 2 balls on the pitch. Defender kicked 1 ball against the other ball, and the ref gave a penalty. Don't remember that ever happened before. I've got to check that out as well, Foxy as well.
Well, remember the beach ball incident against Sunderland, don't we? Remember that?
Oh, yes.
I can remember that. That's funny.
The ball hit the beach ball.
Unbelievable. And the next match should be Xabi Alonso. I don't think that will happen, mate. No way. No. He'd be at Bayer Leverkusen. He's too young to be in a national manager. So for me, that Alonso, his next job, and I'll tell you now, will be Real Madrid. That'll be his next job when Ancelotti goes.
Yeah, people are shouting Ancelotti for England, but remember, he's just signed a new 2-year deal, so he won't be leaving Real Madrid in a hurry.
No.
Nah, no chance. He loves it there. He loves it in Madrid.
Do you know what it is? So I would have loved if the FA had the balls to get rid of Southgate during the Euros and put Saggy Face in charge. Because I tell you now, Saggy Face would have won England that Euros. And if anybody's wondering who I'm referring to about Saggy Face, it's Harry Redknapp.
Yeah, but I think
because he is a very good manager, a very good attacking manager, Harry Redknapp, and he would have won England that Euros. There would have been none of this shit that was saw from Southgate.
Yeah.
Do you agree, Pete? Do you
Could
think
have
Saggy Face would have done it?
Maybe, but the thing is, how long was he out of a job for? It's got to be at least a while, surely.
Left Birmingham City, didn't he?
Well, let's have a look. What was Harry
He
Redknapp's?
he left Birmingham about 7 years ago.
Right, Harry Redknapp's last job was Birmingham City in 2017. Yes,
Mm.
Wow.
so that's quite a while.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, but it's not to say that, even if they're just serving temporary, he could have won that Euros for England because he plays attacking football, Pete. That's the thing. That's what I'm trying to see. He plays attacking football.
Yeah, that's the thing. You're right. Crazy, man. Absolutely.
Looking at his last job at Birmingham, his team suffered 5 league defeats in a row.
Yeah, but Birmingham aren't a great team, Pete. To be honest, they've had a lot of trouble signing with that owner.
It just still questions, would he still have the manager skills now than what he used to?
No, I think the game's gone far from him, I'm afraid, for Harry. So sad, but he's been brilliant for Tottenham, by the way. Brilliant for Tottenham. Can you imagine Steve Bruce managing Bellingham, Ford, and Gordon as England manager?
If Steve Bruce got England job, I think I would give up watching England, to be honest.
Facts.
Yeah, he wouldn't get
because if he did, because I had enough of that man, we had enough of that man destroying our football club, he'd go and destroy the international team as well.
I agree with you, Pete. I've been saying I think that European football, and we both keep our best players fit, top 4 can be achievable. That's in Danielle. I think you could be right. We got to start well, though. Look at the fixtures we've got. We got to start well. Harry's a dinosaur, and Bassett for England. Time will tell. All right, we're going to wrap up the show there, guys. It's been fantastic again today. We've done 32 minutes, and it's been a fantastic show. Thanks so much for the chat as well. And I'll start with you, Pete. What you got coming up, man?
So far, no live show scheduled, but of course, if I do come up with something, they will be notified as always. Same with pre-recorded videos. So I've just got a one on Callum Wilson. I'll try to get this out before 3 o'clock, but there was a little bit of technical issue with it, but it's finally out now. So yeah, check out channel name down there, PD Proudlock. Close to 2,200. Help us get there as soon as we can, please.
Absolutely. Do follow Peter's channel as well. And Tony, what you got coming up this week? And tell us, man.
I've got nothing planned at the moment, but obviously that could change at any time. So keep an eye out for any if you've hit the bell notification, make sure you have, and that should keep you up to notified of any shows. But there again, as we know, YouTube are playing up at the moment and not keeping people notified. So I don't know what the hell's going on with YouTube. It's very, very poor at the moment. But I did put out a video this morning, this afternoon rather, 10 to 1 it went out, all about Callum Wilson. I go through his stats, through his injury record. So do have a look at that. And do give it a like as well. If you are new to the channel, I've now just passed 1,200 subscribers. So looking towards 1,300 now. So if you haven't yet subscribed, my channel's behind there. Get on the channel and give it a subscribe and give the videos a like as well. And also like this one today. And remember, this has been streamed across 3 different channels. John Sinclair TV, myself, It's All Black and White TV, and PD Proudlock as well. So do, if you haven't subscribed any of us, please do give us all a subscribe if you do not mind. It does help our channels grow as well. But thanks for having me on as well, John. But you can also follow me on X or Twitter. I'd rather call it Twitter still. So you can follow me on Twitter. It's All Black and White TV. You can follow me on Threads. It's All Black and White TV as well. Also, It's All Black and White TV on Instagram and on Facebook as well. Although I'm on TikTok, I'm not much of a ticker and a talker.
Yeah, ticker and a talker. I like that. That's Tony's channel. The link's in the description there as well. You all going to the Salad Games feeds? I am. I mean, the thing is, I'll be back in
Friday and Saturday. I'll be there.
I'll be back in Bristol.
I can't wait.
Can't wait neither, man. I'll be back on Wednesday, the 7th of August from Japan. And then 2 days after that, I'll probably be driving up for the game. So I haven't got much of a rest, have I? So,
you're going to feel the jet lag, John.
Jeez. Not good,
Yeah.
Pete, not good. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but probably a good night's sleep would be all right, will it? I mean, I don't suggest that gets lit for.
Oh,
Depends, John.
Tell you what, though, I mean, it's going to be risky.
Are you flying to Tokyo, John, are you?
I am flying to Tokyo, mate. Tokyo I'm going, so, and I'm going on Friday, so for 10 nights, so I should be there.
Well, there's an 8 hours difference. Tokyo's 8 hours ahead of the UK, so remember, you're going to have that extra 8 hours, John. So you're going to have. It's probably going to take you a couple of days to get over it.
So I better get straight to bed then, and I straight away.
Oh, I at least had it for a couple of weeks when I came back from Australia.
So it took you a couple of weeks, yeah?
Oh, at least I was feeling it for a canny while.
Oh dear. So in that case, then the seller might not even make the seller then, if that is the
You
case.
can try it, just do your best, Charles. Just go if you're going to be okay.
Sure.
What time do you leave Japan to come back, John?
I'll leave Japan about 9:45 their time to get back to Helsinki.
Night?
Yeah. And then it'll be fly to Helsinki and then wait 3 hours, get another flight to London Heathrow, and I'll be there about 9:15 in the morning.
So you're probably, so when you get home, go straight to bed, get some sleep.
100%, I need to.
Or keep yourself awake until night time and then go to bed early, and then you can try and catch up that way with the UK time.
Yeah, I think you're right. Just catch up, I guess. But I'm going to be all right. I'll probably get a train up or get a flight. Probably get a train up for the games. And just go from there, man. For me, they need to back Eddie. The last thing we need is unrest. City, Liverpool, Arsenal, etc. All top clubs. The manager have the last say on transfers. They might not do all the work, but they have to fettle. That is from Ali. That's from Ali B. And I've been to Japan 3 times. Remember not to sneeze in front of people and always say the magic words. Thank you, beer. Thank you. I will do that. I would love to go to Japan. I've never done it before. I should tell you all about it when I get back, but it looks an absolute classy country. Short naps helps release jet lags. And thank you for that, coffee. I've got to try and sleep on the plane, but whether that'll work, I don't know. We'll see. I disagree. He said Newcastle 19 times. He just used the England speculation as a platform for clarity at Newcastle. And do try
Japanese sake.
Japanese sake.
It's like a rice wine drink, I believe.
Aye. Cool. Thanks for that one, mate. And if comes past Paddington Station, say hello. I'll work with one of the big shops at the stations. I'm going to Heathrow, Daniela, so I don't think I'm going to be anywhere near Paddington. I'm afraid if I do, then I should definitely say hi to you as well and have a chat to you as well. So, listen, that's going to be the end of the show there, guys. And I'll see you back very soon. I'll probably do one more live before I get myself to Japan. And if you like what you watch, make sure like and subscribe. And if you want a special Japanese drink, ask for Anaru. Okie dokie. Even though I don't drink alcohol, by the way, but I will try different stuff over there as well. I'll be happy to do that. And so thanks for the chat as well. You've all been fantastic. Thanks to Tony and Pete for joining us as well. And like I said, make sure you like and subscribe and enjoy. You know what you decide to do. Take care.
See you later.
Have a lads.